Top of the day to you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're outside the shop. We're going to do a little taste test comparison. We have I don't know exactly how many hours. It's around 5 hours on that 660 right there. We have a 3-foot Sugahara bar. That's a pretty old one right there. I've had that thing since they were having problems with their rails. So that was around 08, 07, somewhere in there. 09, I don't remember exactly. But had the bar for quite a while, regardless. Haven't used it much. I wasn't overly impressed with it when I got it. And anyway, some clapped out firewood chain full skip. And this has the Psy-Ko version zip kit. And we're going to run it against a couple of 395s. One of them has a Psy-Ko zip kit with the torque tweak. The other one is a standard Insane OSS. No necessarily torque tweak, but I did kind of tune the thing for torque, if you will. So there's a little bit of a difference between those two. So there's going to be a little sibling rivalry. 93.6 cc's versus 91.6. We're giving up 2 cc's of displacement straight away with the 660. I think it's going to get beat up on a little bit here on a personal level. That's just what I think is going to happen. We're not going to spin him up too high. The torque tweak saws, they like to lug. They're not necessarily high winder operations, and so we won't be spinning them up too much more than about 13, 2.5 or something like that. And anyway, we're pretty much warmed up here. Air temperature is probably about 85, so yeah, it's pretty warm right at the moment. We'll have 3 bar changes. Well, uno, dos, tres, I guess, essentially. And I guess we'll just pause in between them since there's going to be a long time between the first saw test and the third saw test. And if I remember, we'll take a look at the stops on this chain, see where we're at. So let us begin. Alrighty, I can't say I'm super impressed with the clapped out firewood chain, but we'll just take a look at the stops, I guess. Says 53. Can't be accurate. Huh. $55. So we're 50-ish or 55-ish. A couple of them were up around 60, I guess. So we have the stops down a long ways, but we don't have a really awesome chain because it's just an old piled up one that was hanging out. I don't even know. I didn't sharpen it for this session. I just grabbed it because it was hanging there. So who knows what happened in the process. Anyway, bar change now. So we had a successful wardrobe change with the 395. I warmed her up nicely, and now we're just going to take a look at the upper RPM threshold limit. So I can pull on the handlebars on that saw for all I'm worth, and it keeps tracking along. We're adding a lot more knots. Going down, it's probably going to be a little faster than the steel. Going up, way faster. Then we're going to have a wardrobe change again. Okay, we managed to swap out the bar and chain on the Torque Monster 395. I'm not spinning that one up as much, somewhere around 13, I guess. My prediction is probably won't be doing a whole lot better on the way down, but I'll be able to pull for all I'm worth on the way up, and it'll just keep motoring right along, because that's kind of what they do. Like I said, pulling for all I was worth. We got some scabs on the side over there. Chain got buggered up when I was pulling for all I was worth. It would have been nice to have Master Jackson read an attack while that thing was lugged down like it was. I bet it wasn't any more than 8,000 RPMs. So, yeah, it's not like I wasn't reefing on it. And we can see the frog skins in the back. I had some custom made to work in some saw applications, and so we're kind of playing around with them on some of the, well, Husqvarna saws, some of the steel saws too. But anyway, 38 millimeter stroke versus 40 millimeter stroke in the 660, 54 millimeter bore versus a 56 millimeter bore. So this saw is a little more over square, but it's up 2 cc's in displacement. I've said for eons that 3 cc's in a piston ported type engine generally is a big deal. You'd think that the steel would run a little bit differently than it does, but it does all right, I guess. It doesn't have a lot of volume down in the crankcase for fuel storage, I guess, essentially charge storage, if you will, but I think she moves right along. The cool thing about those saws is it's 21.6 pounds fully laden with fuel. This has a small clutch cover, but the bigger dogs. It actually came as a half wrap saw. I'm going to have to put it back together the way it came, but I wanted to weigh it in West Coast trim since the 395s were sporting West Coast trim. Fully laden with fuel, like around 23 pounds. So quite a bit more weight, but they definitely will pull a 50 better than the 660s, and there's a little more room for maneuverability, I guess, for a tuner inside the 395 than there is in the 660. So we got a little bit more airflow going on, a completely bone stock cover. I'm not positive if he wants one on that one yet or not. We're going to have to verify, but those help a little bit. They're flowing almost twice as much air. The hole shots, or max flows, if you will, that's what they're called nowadays. Back in the day they were hole shots. That's dating me by a long shot right there. But anyway, thanks for watching this session. Have a blessed day wherever you might be on God's green earth.